Hey, Doug.
Hey guys,
Anything?
you want give me a little bit of help?
Oh, okay.
Hey guys, welcome to our studio. Don't let. Oh, he's going down. I feel like I should help him. So, welcome to the Taste Bud Studio and our grand studio tour. Today, we're going to show you a little bit of the behind the scenes, how we set up our cameras, and how we've converted a corner of our garage into our little set. So we're going to start. If you've seen Taste Buds, which if you're watching this, I sure hope you have, you've noticed that we use multiple camera angles all at the same time to be able to give a little bit of a varying view while we are doing our thing. So over here, if I sit down in my seat, you'll see that we have main camera, number 1. Camera number 2, this is Doug Cam, so that cuts across and ends up focusing on me. And then here we have Matt Cam. Now, when we first started filming, we would set up these cameras, we would hope that they were all lined up, and we hoped that if we moved around it wouldn't be a huge deal. We ran into a couple of issues where certain things would or would not be recording at the right times, so we set up all of these monitors so we can continuously monitor and make sure that all the cameras are running and we're not going to run into any issues in post. So we always have 1, 2, 3 monitors running, and you may have noticed in season 2 we have added the food cam, taken care of by our little G7X. Sits right on the table, and we just aim it on down to where we have this little mouse pad, which gives us a target of where we want to put our foods. All very intentional. I mean, this is an okay picture, right? This is something that we can all appreciate, but it doesn't have the same flair as when you do something like this. Studio lights on.
Okay, the lights are on.
Yeah, buddy. So, we use hue lights for those accent lights. There are 3 of them in this room. And then we also have a light bar that we put up on top of the bike. And this is a Yongnuo light bar. There is 0% of this app is in English, but when we tap it on from over here, that gives our little blue light cascading down. And our final one, little piece of gear that we picked up on Amazon. I think it's like 30 bucks. We have a tiny little light that color little disc goes on top of, and bam! We made it so that these two match and look like it's one consistent light. Now, I've done plenty of talking. Matt, you want to take over?
Hey guys, I'm here to talk about some of the props that we have in this studio. Now, as you notice, we have a lot of little trinkets in this here studio that you see in the background, but let's talk about each one individually. Now, these items here, Shayna brought this. I don't really know what purpose it serves, but we got this at a yard sale. A lot of these things we got at a yard sale. Like, it's the easiest way to get things, just buy it off other people. For some reason, somebody had this at a yard sale, so we were like, obviously.
Seriously, hot dog cat scratcher.
Obviously. This is a box from Voodoo Donuts. We want to give a little shout out to our Universal enjoying friends, because we love Universal too.
It was all right.
And here we have this beautiful canvas taken by the man behind the camera, the man with a plan, at Doug Does Disney on Instagram.
Shout out.
We haven't really figured out what we're gonna hold it up with. So stand by on that, but the good part is you can't see it because I'm in front of this, which is really all that matters. Like, so one of the things here to point out is that everything's about the shot. So literally, if it's not in the shot, we don't care about it. So these wires here that are running, you don't see those, so we don't care about them as much. So other set pieces that we have this. Shayna brought this home one day. She wanted to use it as like a message board in the house, but I was like, no, it's a way better set piece. She still hasn't talked to me since. And then we have a collection of magic bands because of course we're losers, and we collect magic bands. These are brand new at Walt Disney World. These are actually boxes for shirts. So these shirts you can get at pretty much any store because they're really going all in on the snack thing. This is the newest set piece. I brought this down from upstairs literally 10 minutes ago, so you'll see this on the most recent episode of Taste Buds, which will be the food truck episode. That'll be the next one you see where this is featured. This is actually my favorite set piece, hands down, because it's supposed to look like this. It's a telephone, it's a Mickey phone, but we were like, nah, this is Taste Buds. We gotta put a spatula in his hand, so we use the phone as a separate set piece. We have a slate here. It doesn't actually work. It's just a prop. Now let's get into the nostalgia. This is our prop box. You may have seen some of these things before. You may have not seen any of these things before. I bet you've seen some of these things before. First, I want to talk about this hat right here. This is a classic one. This was, hi Minnie. Yes. This was the ice cream man hats that we wore for the ice cream episode. Link in the description. And if we open up the prop box, we're gonna take a trip down memory lane. So let's start with the chicken guy hats, because this is probably one of my favorite props that we've used, just because it looks so ridiculous. This is a prop that we haven't used yet, but you will see eventually in the future. Chef jackets, we're waiting for the right occasion for those. So, all right, we have a 2-in-1 situation because they're tangled up. This is the hat from both what episode was it? Cotton Candy.
Cotton Candy episode, and we recently...
Cotton Candy, and you wore this in the 50s primetime episode.
Yes, which has not aired yet.
Which has not aired yet. And this is the Daenerys Targaryen wig from the Game of Thrones episode, which you guys loved, which we're happy you guys loved, because we were unsure, because, you know, there's always those people, especially, I'm sure, within the Disney community that hasn't seen anything else, and they're just all about Disney. So, you know, I like taking a step outside and trying out other things and seeing if you guys enjoy that. So it was nice to see that you guys did. And this is from my favorite episode of Taste Buds, hands down, the Food Friends episode. I really loved showing our love for Minions, and again, just stepping outside of our comfort zone, and I hope we get to do it more. I hope we get to bring the Food Friends back.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean, it was okay, but we're Disney based, but yeah, I hear what you're saying, I guess.
And I guess that's about it for the prop bin. Okay, so before we go, we want to show you where we filmed season 1. Let's go!
Alright, season 1. Season 1, our humble beginnings, were filmed up in this small office area, which is currently a mess. But a few things that we thought were interesting, because this is a functional space for us. This is a space that we use on a daily basis, and we couldn't leave it set up just as a giant set. We had put gaffer's tape, which is anyone in photo, video, expo stuff best friend. Sticky, but not so sticky it leaves a residue. We left it underneath the carpet. So these different locations you see here were where the legs of either lights, tripods, or when we flip it over to this side, these were the front edges, of our table. So when we are looking for a consistent shot, something that's going to show up every single time the same exact way, this was important to us because that allowed us to be able to set everything up just as it was, and we'd be able to have some consistency. The background hasn't changed a whole lot, although we've moved some of the props from up here downstairs, but we built these shelves to add a little something.
And you can definitely expect Robert Irvine's Fit Crunch to be in season 3.
Listen, those things are so good.
Yeah, so basically everything that you saw, like the cameras, the tripods, the lights, we had to bring that in here and move it down the hall into the office when we were done. So that was just too much of a hassle, so we created the downstairs studio.
I'm happy about that because it makes our lives so much easier.
Yeah, now we just go and sit down and film the episode, and then we're done.
Up and coming. This angle right here will look incredibly familiar because this is now served as a different purpose, and we can film different episodes. Just hang around on the channel, you'll end up seeing this big guy in the background sometime soon. I love that name. I love that name.
Yeah, that's a pretty decent logo.
pretty all right. All right, is that it? We've seen the
That's it.
upstairs, season 1, season 2 sets. Minnie has helped us along the way. She's been so good. I think that calls it. Anything else, Matt? Anything on your mind?
No, that's it. Thanks everybody for enjoying Taste Buds and joining us on the studio tour.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.